Deboulay, August 10, 2022, video number 6. This one is in regard to referrals. What is a referral? Who fills out a referral? What is the consequences of receiving a referral? So here we go. Each year at the start of the school year, you are sent home a code of conduct booklet, and in it is a list of every infraction or wrong thing, wrong behavior that a student could get tagged for. The worst is murder. That's actually on there if a student murders somebody inside the school. And I believe um, the least significance would be something like insubordination. So in any event, what happens is that, let's say I'm teaching in front of a classroom and student we'll call Johnny uh, is doing something inappropriate in the class. As long as it's not imminent danger, as long as Johnny doesn't have a desk and is threatening to slam it on top of Susie's head that sits next to him, um, then I would give 3 warnings to that student to stop the behavior, and there's specific verbiage that I would have to use to do that. And then at the end of the 3rd warning, I would have to stop instruction, call security, and I'll talk on a different tape about what happens when you can't get security, and again, not security's fault. And then that child would be removed. If there is, in fact, imminent danger, then I don't have to go through those 3 warnings. Instead, I pick up a phone, I try to find security or somebody who's going to remove this child from the classroom. So the child is then removed. The teacher has to fill out a pre-form. It's electronic. It goes to the administrator saying, Johnny's just been removed from my class. Here's why, blah, 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 blah. And then within a short period of time before the end of the day, I have to then sit down and go into a system called Safe Schools and write up this referral electronically, filling in all and every blank that exists with all kinds of information in it. I then submit that to the administrator, who has within, I think, a day, 24 hours, to have made a resolution, to have spoken to the student, to have given a consequence to the student, and then 5 days to get that back to me, the teacher. I receive it electronically. When I have a second, I look it up. I see what the disposition is. I see if the administrator downgraded the charge from what I marked it to be. There's a bunch of things that happen, and that's it. Now, when a teacher writes a referral, if it's a removal from class, as I said, removal from class, there's a counter that happens. And if a student receives 4 of those within a semester, there's an automatic suspension that is supposed to take place. Now, if a student has behaviors that would not cause a removal from class, but would require some type of discipline, then the teacher has to click reason for discipline. Those do not get counted against that student as far as suspension. Anybody can write a referral, a custodian, a teacher, anyone inside of that school district, as long as they're given access electronically to do it. If they're denied that access, then they are allowed to use the old-fashioned paper referral that administrator has to follow through on. So that's a referral. That's what it is. Everything is really predefined, except the consequence is really, there's a lot of latitude given to administrators as to how and what kind of punishment they can give. Um, and we'll touch base a little bit about that a little bit later on in a different tape. So until we meet again, that's referrals.